So Riley, it is good to be able to get to meet you here at Rare Bloom 2022 and to get you talking with Michael as well and the rest of the LACE team. So I know you've been doing a lot of great organization of developers around Plutus and the open source ecosystem. Maybe you could just introduce yourself real fast, your affiliations, and then Michael, you as well.
Yeah. I helped start ADAO, which is the first DAO on Cardano, and we've been pushing open source code out to the community ever since we started. More recently, we've actually been working really hard within a multitude of different domains, and we got plenty of funding from Catalyst. I know there was a number of really great projects that weren't funded, and we're actually talking about taking some of the sort of generic open source funding that we received and helping coordinate more open source development, not only within ADAO, but also in the rest of the ecosystem. So, yeah.
That's amazing. So Michael?
Yeah, so I'm Michael, and I'm the engineering lead for the LACE core team. So I've been with them for a little over 6 months, and very, very lucky to have a fantastic team behind us developing what we hope to be, best-in-class product.
Amazing. So we were just getting into a conversation about the relationship between the open source development ecosystem in Cardano and the LACE team, specifically LACE engineering. So how do we think about open source ecosystem development relating to integration with LACE on a technical level?
So what we have right now is the LACE wallet, and everything so far has been in-house. So we've developed the core functionality, and we'll be releasing the dApp store as part of LACE, the voting center as part of LACE. And most of LACE is built on the Cardano JS SDK, which is an open source piece, which gives a lot of tools. So if you want to run your own private node, that's fine, you can do that. You want to build you could build a wallet from the SDK if you want. And what we're looking at future is the ability to add more centers that are developed by the community.
So Riley, you've been building open source tools with a group of developers in a very truly open source development ecosystem that we have here in Cardano. I'm curious, hearing that, what do you imagine is something exciting that you can do, follow-up questions, how do you respond to that?
Yeah, there's a lot I'm really excited about with LACE. Most of it comes down to the dApp store and then the way that SSI can play into it, and not only that, but sort of the certification process and the way that we can have different levels of certification around dApps within LACE. I think that the ability for people to start putting up their code and publishing that or registering that with LACE is a huge deal, because it's something that allows for developers that aren't necessarily doxed to go and start building up a reputation in the ecosystem, which can provide credibility and allow for them to then potentially even make a lifestyle without ever having to reveal their personal identity.
Yeah, that's incredible. So I wonder if there's one or two things that, as a developer who's been in the trenches, you'd like to ask or comment to the LACE team, how you would expect to work with them in future.
Yeah, something that I'm really curious to find out more about is the way that we can actually have LACE with the dApp logic for the off-chain code actually in the LACE wallet, and allow for dApp developers to register that logic into LACE directly. I think that whether that's done with CDDL and some sort of list of transactions for different purposes in CDDL, or if it comes down to actually having some sort of interaction with the SDK, figuring that out and making it user-friendly for dApp developers is, I think, going to be one of the things I'm most excited about, and also most intrigued to see sort of the coming developments around.
So in terms of developing with LACE, I think that's one thing that we're trying to feel out now. We're here at Rare Bloom, is getting input from people and saying, actually, this is a way that would work for us to have these partnerships. So where the code lives, or how you might certify this, is something that we're keen to work with people to develop.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I definitely think that the amount of community involvement LACE is having is going to end up with a significant positive impact.
Yeah, I mean, input-output has always been an evidence-based company, and Lace is no different to that. So we're going to use user feedback and listen to the community to see, what's coming next. And we've got a whole bunch of our ideas, but why not have input from a huge active community?
Yeah. Well, I know that you guys were going to take a lap and have some conversation off the books, so I'm excited to see what comes out of the relationship between the Cardano ecosystem and the Lace team. It's really exciting. Thank you, guys.
Really excited as well, and thanks
Thanks very much. Riley, it was great to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you too.